A lot of people may be wondering, how do we do all this? And honestly, sometimes we don't. Welcome to Abundant Fields Podcast, where faith, family, and the land comes together. This is the real journey of building a meaningful life through homesteading, stewardship, hard work, and faith, one field at a time. Whether you are just getting started or rebuilding your life around what matters the most, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. Welcome to Abundant Fields Podcast, Episode 3. We are so glad to have you guys. We are the P Rhines. So we're happy to have you all with us tonight. This week we will be talking about how do we balance faith, family, homesteading, and full-time work, because both of us have full-time jobs. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be discussing tonight, and we are a pastoring family. So we have church as well that we have to take care of, and then, like you said, all of our children are grown, but we are a very close-knit family. So that's what we're going to be discussing tonight, is how do we balance all of this. And so one of the things, and I'm going to start with one of my most challenging things, is what I find is time management.
Same here.
Yeah, time management is so challenging for me. And just like on my full-time job, I watch others and see how they do or how they handle things, and I just don't know if I can't seem to get it. That's just me. Sometimes I can't seem to get it. If I can stay focused, I do pretty good, but sometimes it's just very challenging. I even got me a physical calendar that I write in. But sometimes I have to remember I wrote it down in the calendar and go back and check the calendar and see what I'm supposed to be doing. So time management is one of the hardest challenges for me personally. And she said, yeah, when I said that. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying that may be the same issue with you.
Yeah. And consistency.
Yes.
Like, I know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I know what to do to get a lot of things done. I know all the steps. I know what it takes. But the discipline to do it, sometimes I can, one day I'm like on top of it.
Yeah.
Just check. But then keeping that same discipline consistently is what I am working on. And it's, like you're talking about doing a schedule, but it's gotten to me that it's like just one day at a time.
Yes.
I it may have been once I would plan, okay, I'm going to look at the month ahead, how will I do all this, and then, I think about the week ahead, and then it was like, okay, if I can just make it through the day and get to tomorrow, then we'll do it. But but I do know we work on our long-term planning, and so to make those long-term, you have to have some long-term planning. You have to have some planning out there ahead of time, but you also have to do what you plan to do.
That's right.
And that's what I'm working on. I feel like the past couple of weeks, my day by day has gotten better. That doesn't mean every day has been perfect and I did everything I was supposed to do.
Right.
But I feel like I am more aware of what I need to work on and try to work on being consistent.
Yeah.
Consistency.
And I think that's my issue too, because like you said, you can have a list or you can not have a list. You just know automatically what you're supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm. Having the discipline to do it and doing it every, on a consistent basis.
On a consistent basis. And that's just where I struggle. That's where I struggle, because I'm like this. I can have a schedule and I can be following that schedule. But if something, let's say a monkey wrench get thrown into my schedule where it's messed up.
Yeah.
It's messed up. I'm thrown
and being aware of that is going to help us to do better.
Yeah.
I get thrown off easy.
And
I think when you have so many things, I'm I'm easily overwhelmed. I'm dodging the bullets that's coming at me. And so if that's what's in front of me right then, that's what I is most pressing, and everything else that's in the background because I got to take care of this right now. And so multitasking is, I think, a bit overrated. Multitasking can have you just doing a whole bunch of stuff and not getting anything accomplished.
Not accomplishing anything.
But it is a balance of, you have to be able to manage things when you have so many different things going on. When you have things going on at church, and you have things going on at home, and you have things going on at work, and then the homestead is a whole nother animal. So you just have to work at it. We're working at it.
That's right.
So it is a challenge, though.
That's right. Yeah.
And acknowledging that challenge, I think,
yes,
helps to deal with the challenge.
See, because you probably heard me say this before, that we can sometimes, me personally, I feel like I'm behind, but I'm trying not to call it being behind. Just I'm trying to think of the right word.
I don't know.
I don't know another word, but I try not to beat myself up because it's behind. It's just a bottleneck at the time. This is where I'm stuck, or what's got me held back, or what have you. Yeah. And I try not to beat myself up over being behind. And so that's the thing with this, because I will say, work is a lot. Family can be a big dynamic. That's a lot. Church can be a lot. Just everyday living. Yes. If you're not careful, you just it can be it can become a lot. It's easy to get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And so, from all of my research and reading and studying about homesteading, it's easy to burn out. Which I'm not at that stage. I don't believe that I'm at a stage where I feel like I'm burnt out. But
I think the pacing for the homesteading has been good enough that we have not got to the burnout point. It's still exciting, and it's still
I guess fresh.
It's still fresh, and it's still a whole lot that we have to do, because we are really, I feel like, and of course Keaton would say we move some things too fast, but I still feel like we have not taken on too many different dynamics of the homesteading aspect.
That's right.
And then
but he said something good last week, and I've been thinking about that all weekend. Bite off more than you can chew.
Yeah.
And learn how to chew.
And I think that's what we're doing.
Yes.
Because even with the chickens, even though it may not be a whole big step, it's still way more than what we've ever dealt with.
That's right.
So I feel like that can apply to that situation too.
Yes. So you learn how to chew.
We're learning how to do it.
Bite piece by piece.
Mm-hmm. We're learning how to do it.
And one thing that I know for me now, and I'm gonna be very transparent here. Physical exertion, because we have so much going on sometimes, and being pulled in so many different ways, that it's easy to be tired, but still trying to keep going. Yeah. And so, but some days, like I said in the opening, how do we do all this? And the truth is, some days we don't. We just take a break. Not going out there today. I'm gonna make sure the animals are fed. I'm gonna make sure they have water, and I collect eggs every day. But other than that, outside that frame of work, some days I just don't worry about it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna take a break. Yeah, I like these rainy days.
It's like, I'm gonna sit here and wait and see if it's gonna rain.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait on the rain.
But yeah, so with that being said, we were talking about the different things that we're dealing with, but also another part of the homestead outside of the animals and the garden is the social media stuff that you're trying to do.
Yes.
And that takes up a lot of time, and I'm not much help. But I'm here. Yes. But as far as all the editing and stuff.
Yeah, the social media is a whole nother full-time job.
It really is.
Especially if you're really trying to stay on top of it, and they want you to post. And I'm going to say this for what my reading and studying and watching it is, the more you post, the more people watch you or follow you. So,
Yeah.
but that's a whole nother dynamic and a whole nother. Like I say, it's a full-time job
It is.
by itself alone because you have to be creative.
Yes.
You have to be creative. You have
And
to.
I think Kendall's gonna come and talk to you about some stuff.
And
soon.
he probably yes, we talked about that.
About him coming on episode and talking some more about that and some other things. But I'm sure that's one of the things.
Yes, hopefully
that he
he'll
can
be
talk
on
to
our
us about.
next episode,
okay.
but because he is very good at it.
Yes.
He has an eye for that kind of thing. Whereas I don't have an eye for it. So, but I do the best I can and piece it together and hoping it'll catch somebody's attention. But if nothing else, just enjoy the journey with us. You know, that's the main thing. And one thing I found out with the social media side and editing all the content, I'm not striving for perfection with it.
Right.
I just want to make progress with it. And the whole system, the whole homestead thing is not about having a perfect homestead, but making progress.
Right.
And so I count all progress as a win, whether it be a big progress or a big project we got finished or something small.
Yeah, anything that we accomplish.
If
we get one row in the garden, weeded out, we like, whoo, that looks so much better. We did that.
Yeah. Exactly.
It could be one row, but we count everything as victory. And when you're talking about the challenges and how we get it done, and like you said about the weather setback, sometimes the weather setback can be a blessing because it'd be an opportunity. You just have to take a break and rest. Then another thing, just talking about the animals needing care every day. There was something else I was going to say, but maybe it'll come back to me. But yeah, there are challenges to it, but we are trying to find ways. When you ask how do we get it done, we're just trying to take it day by day and step by step.
So the weather issue, we planted and looked like we fell into a drought. No water to be found anywhere except for sweating, trying it.
Yeah, or dragging the hose.
Water hose. So we did that, and then we started getting rain. And now we just been getting quite a bit of rain.
Yeah, we're in a little break now, but when it started, it did not stop, and it was relentless rain. I know everybody knows that little time we had all that rain, and then so the weeds got out of control. But like we talked about it, so we just gonna
work at it
and get it knocked back down and go from there. And that's what we've been doing.
And like I said,
that's how we've been doing it.
Each episode, I think we said about like we learning as we go.
Yes,
we learn as we go. So we find the mistakes and we trying to correct them as we move forward. So we do a lot to fight the weeds back, but it's a lot more that we've learning that we are learning that we could.
And one thing that we are learning that I am really trying to push on him, because we were out there in the garden and reality is it was a mess. The weeds had got out of control. The tomatoes had gone crazy.
Yes.
And it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. I said, okay, but we gonna speak. I said, it is. It's a lot, but it can be controlled. We can get it back under control, and we're going to speak the word because we know that the power of life and death is
in the
tongue. So I said one thing that we're going to be working on is, okay, we're out here, and we are a little overwhelmed. It was hot. The bugs, this is early, this still in the morning. It had gotten hot. The bugs were out there, and we were fighting weeds and stuff. And he kept saying it was a mess. I said, babe, we're going to have to speak. So as we're going, we're just going to say, we are working to get this under control, and we're going to get it under control. Yeah. We're working to get everything back the way it needs to be. And we're just going to keep working till we do it. And I was saying that to him in that instance, but there's plenty of times in the same instance he has to tell me, you need to calm down.
Just calm down.
So
we don't get
we working. That's a part of us working together and keeping the balance. And because just keeping it real, it does get overwhelming. Because we don't have all day to work in our garden.
No.
And some days after work, we don't have much left.
That's right.
So we have to do what we can when we can. But I feel like we are coming. The garden is
Yeah.
looking much better
It's
now.
looking much better.
We're
We're
getting
gonna
it
get to
very much
show
under
y'all that
control.
pretty
Yeah.
soon. We can
So,
show you.
but yeah, that's the kind of thing. Working on our attitude is
Yes.
how we're trying to also balance it and manage it, because it can be overwhelming. And so times when I'm like, okay, these bugs eating me up, or it's hot, or I don't want to be out here with the animals. I try to help him when I can. I always offer to help.
Right.
But it's only so much I can do with the animals. But but and then he encourages me. If I go out there and try to help in the garden and stuff, he encourages me. So that's another way we balance it, is
Yes.
trying to be encouraging and stay positive even when it's very challenging. And like when the pigs died, that was
hard, and I hope
I
y'all
couldn't
got a
speak
chance.
about that.
Yeah, it
For,
took me.
I couldn't even.
It took us a week and a half to make it a public announcement.
Yeah,
My
I just
son
because
went
I
ahead
did.
and
I couldn't.
announced
Yeah.
it on his personal social media.
Well, yeah, in the notes or
something like that. But everybody didn't see it. But
Yeah.
it took us like a week and a half
That was hard.
before we could really.
I just didn't want to talk about it.
Yes.
And I didn't know how attached I was to the pigs until he called up here talking about these pigs are dead. I said, oh my God. And I got up and immediately went out there.
Yeah.
And but I still miss them. And I'm like, that's crazy how I'm missing these pigs.
Right. Because
but I would check on them and I'd get them snacks and stuff. And I'd go out there and talk, look at them. But I didn't feed them. But I really did like the
she
little
looked
pigs.
out for them now.
I was trying to get them little snacks.
She was gonna bring them some extra food or what have you, some treats. I say like that.
Yeah.
So, but with that, because we gonna put this disclaimer out. We are not for real animal people.
Right, like we don't have pets. Now we had some cats a while back.
It's been years.
Years when the children were little, and I really did like those cats, but they still weren't inside pets. So we're not like pet people,
right,
per se.
But it's amazing how we had these pigs
attached
since February, and how attached we got to them.
Yeah,
and
they were funny.
Yes, I've been attached to my side chicks.
Yes.
Even though they have feathers, I am very attached to them.
Very much so.
So
I
it's
pray
amazing.
to God nothing bad happens to you.
It's amazing how.
Go morning.
Oh yes, I had to.
So Lord, please turn it. Don't let it happen.
So last week after they died, after the pigs died, that same week I took 2 days off from work to kind of work in the garden and kind of start getting it back in line. I'm still working at it, but I didn't really tell some of my coworkers that I was gonna be out, and so they were, "Where are you?" I said, I'm on bereavement leave.
Yeah.
I'm mourning our pigs, so I'm not gonna be there the next 2 days. So I took funeral leave for the pigs.
Yeah.
So we kind of laughed about that at work, but it's still amazing to me how you can become attached to the livestock once you start caring for them and raising them and feeding them. You do become attached to them. Yeah. So that's just some of the things we learn in trying to balance the homestead, the family, our faith, and working full time is and I probably said this on every other podcast, but systems. Trying to put systems in place, because it makes it easy. It makes the way that feeding the animals is set up.
Yeah, and like, so for example, he's worked out a schedule for us to try to, as we're getting things under control, a maintenance schedule.
Yes. That
incorporates the systems that are already set up. Like it's certain times every day we do certain things, and a time frame. Even in doing those things, a time limit on that. So like if we go out every day, and like Monday may be our water check, make sure our soil has the water, the hydration that it needs. Then Tuesday we're gonna weed a bed or two, and then even in there when we're weeding those beds, it's a time limit, maybe 30 minutes on the time, a time limit, so that we can balance it. Because it's easy to go out there and time gets away from you, because you'll be out there, you spent 2 or 3 hours and be like, where did the time go? And but if you do that every Tuesday and Thursday for 30 minutes, then you can
You getting a
keep
lot
it
accomplished.
get a
That's
lot
right.
accomplished, and you're focusing on that goal. And so that's the part where we were talking about at the beginning about the discipline and the consistency of doing it. But when you start doing those things, what we're seeing is when you start doing those things consistently, you see the benefit of it, and that is also a part of the motivation to get it
That's
done.
right.
And
That's
that
right.
goes with anything that
Anything
you
you
do.
anything you do, because like she said, when you see, turn around and look back and say, "Oh, they look so much
Oh
better."
yeah, we
We
be
got
so
to do
proud
another
of
row.
y'all. Probably be like, now y'all need to sit down. If y'all saw how proud we were getting those couple of beds cleaned out. But
Yes.
we, like anybody came up, oh, you see the garden, you see
That's
what we
right.
did.
That's right. We're
You
not
see what we've
embarrassed
been
to
in the
take it.
garden.
Yeah, we're not embarrassed to take anybody and show them the
Yeah,
garden.
yeah,
Yeah. So,
So,
that's a good thing.
but yeah,
Yeah.
like you
Again,
said, using those systems and applying consistency and discipline to them, and you don't. That's what helps it not become overwhelming and
Right.
not be burnt out.
again, progress over progression, a progression over perfection, progression
Yes,
over
progression over perfection.
perfection. That's
Yeah.
what we aiming for. Progression
Yeah.
over perfection. So don't ever try to have it perfect. I said this last week when me and Keith was talking. Don't try to have a Pinterest garden
Exactly.
or a Pinterest homestead.
I
Period. Because
can't.
they can make it so beautiful and picturesque.
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 Yeah, thank you. They can make it that way, but
Yeah.
that's a picture.
Yeah.
The real life,
And-
you see stuff strolled all over the yard. It's
Yeah.
real that we need to pick up. So, that's the thing about it.
And hey, theirs may look like that, but you be yourself.
Yeah, be
That's-
you.
If you can't keep up with that, and that's gonna stress you out,
Yeah,
don't do it.
Don't
Don't worry
try
about
to keep
that.
up with nobody. Don't try to compare yourself with anybody.
That's right.
Yeah. And again, starting small, even though my son declared I didn't start small, I believe I am.
Yeah,
We started
good.
small. Because I could have gone
Yeah.
really over the top. But I do have some boundaries and restraints.
Yeah.
Even though to him it may not look like it. And it's okay to move slower than other people. Because I'm going to tell you, our garden is, I never plant anything on time.
Right. We struggle.
I got
We
to get this
struggle with
plant. I
that.
got to get this in the ground.
But like we said, this year we did a better job of that than we did last year.
That's right. But you know why? Because normally we don't do a spring garden.
Yeah.
We just starting the spring garden back because the weeds were so awful.
Yeah, we would
And
just end up doing
we didn't have
a
any of
fall
these
garden.
systems and trying to do regenerative agriculture. We didn't have no kind of system. So now learning all of that, we can get the spring and summer garden back, and it's way much better now
Yeah,
than
it's
it
much
was in the past when we tried to do it.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So the progress is happening.
So now, like, we're down talking about time management and what are we having to do and coming up with this maintenance schedule for us, because our older son that was staying with us, who I say all this was his idea, and he said it wasn't, but his with him moving, so he's not here through the week like he was sometime. So it's really just now on us. And so we have to remember that. And so we one man down. So that's where these systems come in place, and having systems so that we can stay up on what we need to stay up.
Exactly.
But the main thing too, faith through it all.
Exactly.
Trusting God. Even when we become overwhelmed, we trust God. And so and I find that to be so true, because like the schedule I come up with, I made it at a point where I just felt like I done lost the garden. I mean, it's gone to the weeds. But in the midst of that, having that faith and trust in God, he said, we got this schedule together right in the midst of the overwhelm that we were facing at that time. So that's and being stewards.
Yeah.
Stewardship over all of it.
That's right.
Stewards over our faith aspect of it, steward over our family, steward over the whole homesteading and the job and our time that we have. Stewardship is the main key to it all. We have been entrusted with this by God, and being good stewards is when you care for someone else's, I'm gonna say property or someone else's possession, they leave you in charge of it. And so not just us, even though we're doing it with the land and homestead that we have, but every aspect of our lives, all of it belongs to God.
That's right.
And the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof.
Yeah.
And he has entrusted not just the Pirines, but he's entrusted you and your family over what you have.
That's right.
Even the money we make, God has put us stewards of it. So we have to take care of it and do right by it. So that is being able to trust God in the midst of it all. Keeping our family first. I mean, if something we love our family, our immediate family, as you can say, our extended family, our friends, our church. If it's anything we can do to help, we drop what we doing and go do that. So keeping family first, that's very important. Letting our children know that how much we still love them, even though they're grown doing their own life. We still love them, and if it's anything we can do to help them, we're here for them.
Yeah.
And I believe they know that. In our siblings, the same way. Even though we have all this going on, we learning how to, when we have to we set priorities.
That's
I'll say
right.
it like that. That's what's so important.
And see, like, we got another big priority coming.
Yes. It's a good place to interject that.
A big priority coming soon. Our first grandbaby is,
Yes.
we're expecting we're not. I guess we all expecting our
We
first
are
grandbaby.
expecting
Jalen
our
is
first.
carrying our first, but we all expecting our
are
first
excited
grandbaby.
about that.
And so we're so excited about having that new addition to our family,
Yes.
that John and Jalen, the Lord has blessed them, and they're about to bring a new life into this world, and we want to have time to be a part of that and
Yes.
have a place for him to come and to grow and carry on. So we just thank and praise God for that. We're
Yes.
very excited about that.
I'm excited to buy him a tractor, a full-size tractor. I think
Now,
I'm gonna
what
go
is
with. I think I'm gonna go with. Yeah, Jace need a John Deere
What does
or
Jace
Kubota.
need?
I need to see what he like.
What he gonna do with a
He gonna
as
ride
a newborn, as an infant?
he
What
gonna
is he
ride-
gonna do with
He
a
gonna ride with his
with a
pawpaw.
full size tractor?
So I was in the store. I was in the store earlier today, and this lady, she had her grandbaby with her.
Oh, okay.
And she said, "Well, y'all got a grandbaby coming. Y'all ain't had your baby yet." I said, "No, not yet. It's in August." She said, "Well, what you gonna do about the chickens? Because everybody has been laughing about me cheating on my wife with the chickens. So what you gonna do about the chickens when you get? Because that baby gonna come first." I said, "I'm gonna have that baby out there with me." Me and him gonna be out there taking care of the chickens together. She said, we gonna see." She said, "Cause he gonna take all your time." So we are excited about Mr. Jace coming to the family. Yes.
So we thank God for that.
Yes. We can't, and because I know me, I think some of my friends probably have stopped talking to me because I believe this is all I like to talk about now. And they might not want to hear about it.
I tell you, I know I told those children, but I'm on the phone. I guess y'all just it's obvious now I'm on the phone with Jalen a lot. But I'll be on the phone. I said, "Lord, your dad hook somebody up talking about them chickens. Let them people go. I know they ready to go. Let them folks go."
Yeah, but
Goodness.
you can't let the homestead become an idol, though.
That's right.
You can't put anything before God. And I don't think we at that point yet, but I have a lot of fun out here. I'm at work the other day, and I found out a coworker of mine. We talk every day. We have some type of interaction. I found out he has a farm, so of course I said, "Oh, we got to talk. We have to talk."
I hope he likes it. Loves his farm as much as you love yours.
Yeah, he been at it a while, so he's doing good.
Well,
He's doing good. So
I'm just saying that because I hope he's ready to talk.
Oh yes. Anybody that want to talk about farming
He's
or
ready to talk
homestead
about
and any of that, I'm all for it. So one thing I say to people, because we try to give a little bit of advice every episode to people, not to compare yourself to other people that's doing it. It's okay to watch people for ideas and to follow them for learning how to do different things, but don't compare yourself to farmers that you see on YouTube. Because most of them have been doing this for years. Especially if you're like us, we just started, we're a year in. So there's no way my homestead is going to look like Joel Salatin or Justin Rose or any of those people like that. It just don't try to, because that's another thing that can get you overwhelmed. Just trying to get it. It takes time to get it
where
to where you want it to
and
be.
then knowing, kind of having an idea of what you want. Because I know, like in the first episode, and we've just talked about this. You know, we were talking about self sufficiency or self sustainability, and you know, after we've talked about it, you know, that's something we do talk about, and we say, well, you know, we're not talking about trying to just completely be, don't ever have to go to the grocery store. Not at this point. You know,
no, not at this point.
That's not what, when we're talking about sustainability, we talked about, you know, it's more about us getting what we can from the land, what is feasible. It's feasible that we can get meat. It's feasible that we can grow our vegetables and some fruit, even some things that we can do. It's feasible that we can make our own bread. It's feasible that we can make some other staples that we have at the house. But we're not. I say, you know, we don't want to go on. We don't want people to think that we finna shut Walmart down, or we don't ever have to go back to.
We'll never shut
to the grocery store, to superfoods anymore. It's not about that, but it's about us being able to do what we can, get to the point, and that's our why right now. We want to be able to have our things here, have our food here, grow some of our food here.
That's more nutrient dense.
And then eventually too, we've talked about this, we want to be able to find a way to share that with the community, like get with food banks and maybe, you know, other people in the community who are like-minded, who would like to do things to help people in the community with what the Lord has blessed us with. And so keeping that in mind, that helps too with knowing, you know, help you to keep going and keep doing, because we're not just out here growing food for the fun of it.
That's right.
It's a with a purpose, because it goes back to the stewardship that you were talking about.
That's right. And so she kind of led me into the next thing where we were going to talk about 5 years from now. Where do we see Abundant Field, or what we think it'll look like? And she pretty much covered it, but I just want to interject. Every day it seems like God gave this to us intentionally and purposefully. I believe it's bigger than us. I believe it's going to grow bigger than us. And I know we kind of started out just, at first we were just going to try to do something for our family, but it kind of early on began to open up to me that it's bigger than us. And so that's kind of where I see it kind of elevating and going in the future. Like she's saying, being able to incorporate things that'll help our neighbors and help the community more. And that's what it's all about. I think I believe that's why one of the main reasons God gave it to us.
Yeah. Because
I believe He knew that we would be faithful stewards of it and can make that happen.
Yeah.
So I think that's gonna wrap us up, unless you got something else you want to interject tonight, or today rather. But we sure hope you all are enjoying this as much as we are enjoying bringing it to you, and continue to follow us for more content like this. You're gonna begin to see more how-tos right here on this YouTube channel, or what we're doing. And if you would be so kind to be sure you follow us on all of our social media platforms, but definitely subscribe right here at YouTube. Turn on that notification bell, and so that you can know when we are on, or we present new content. So just help us move forward with this journey. And we do appreciate y'all joining us today. Thanks for joining us on the Abundant Fields podcast. If today's episode encouraged you, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend. Follow Abundant Fields across social media for more content on faith, family, and homesteading. Remember, we're not just growing food, we're growing faith, strengthening the family, and cultivating a legacy. Until next time, God bless, and keep sowing seeds of faith.